It sounded like people being torn apart by a pack of wolves. The screams were so terrible.
Tonight, we talk with one of the people injured in an incident that happened in Pierce, Idaho over the weekend that left several people severely burned. Everything we know coming up. And out in Cheney, the city is under an emergency water restriction for irrigation because of a mechanical failure in one of the city's wells. More details ahead.
As Tuesday brings some of our hottest temperatures of the season, we have a weather impact alert for fire weather concerns and red flag warnings.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. For the first time tonight, we are hearing from one of the victims who was hurt in a bonfire incident in Pierce, Idaho over the weekend. A total of 7 people were hurt, including several who were badly burned. Officials previously reported that 8 people were hurt. KREM 2's Regan Gallo just spoke with one of the victims who's being treated right now at Harborview Medical Center in Seattle. And Regan, what do you have to say?
Well, 28-year-old Tristan Bonner tells me the incident was traumatic. He says his family and his faith is what is getting him through this tough time being so far away from home as he receives treatment in Seattle. He added the doctors are still assessing the severity of his burns on his arms, his face, and ears.
Tristan Bonner, born and raised in Pierce, Idaho, and a local business owner, is spending the next several days far away from home in a hospital room in Seattle.
We're all hurting and we're all surrounded by family.
He shared his first-hand account of the burn incident in the morning of July 5th.
But there's still a whole left side of my body that, is never going to function the same.
Clearwater County officials stated the burn incident involved a bonfire, but have not given more details. Tristan says leading up to the incident, there was a small gathering of close family and friends. He alleges the fire was a small fire, not a bonfire.
Everybody was circled around the fire ring when an individual attempted to throw a jug of gas with the cap on into the fire. He was repeatedly warned not to, and then did it when no one was looking.
Tristan told me in seconds there was an explosion.
It all happened so fast. First there was a big noise and a bright light, and immediately following was immense pain and exposed areas of my body.
He says he ran into a creek nearby to get the flames off of him before he could help others also suffering from the flames.
It sounded like people being torn apart by a pack of wolves. The screams were so terrible.
Tristan tells me the cap was on the gas jug and that the pressure caused the explosion. Now, the details Tristan told me remain unconfirmed by authorities at this time due to an active investigation. Harborview Medical Center officials tell us 7 victims are being treated in Seattle, including Tristan. All are ages between 18 and 28.
All we can do at this moment is just get better and pray and hope that everybody comes out of this, alive.
Now today, officials with Clearwater County expressed their heartfelt sympathy to the burn victims of this horrific event and to the families who are enduring the pain and uncertainty of watching their loved ones struggle through recovery. And tonight, the Idaho State Fire Marshal's office is still investigating the incident. For now, I'm reporting in the newsroom, Regan Gallo, KREM 2 News.
Regan, thank you. Well, we are in a KREM 2 weather impact alert here tonight due to red flag warning and the potential for fire danger. Right now, we are taking a look at the conditions all across North Idaho and Spokane. We want to get right to meteorologist Cody Proctor to break down some of the conditions and what we need to know tonight. Cody?
Well, Mark, one thing that we need to know is that it is expected to be very warm for today. Already across the region, we're seeing temperatures in the upper 80s to low 90s. And those warm temperatures paired up with our dry conditions and the chance for some windy conditions at times as we head into tonight and into tomorrow has prompted that weather impact alert from us and prompted some of those red flag warnings. Some places potentially, especially as we head into tomorrow, could see potentially wind gusts up to about 35 miles per hour. So we're watching that pretty closely. As we take a look outside over downtown Spokane, you can see a lot of people are enjoying the Park at this time. Temperatures continue to hang on at 88 degrees right now at this time. Winds, for the most part, relatively light right now. Relative humidity is continuing to stay at 15%. But around our region, you can see that Moses Lake is still hanging on to the mid-90s right now, right at 95 degrees, 88 in Sandpoint, with plenty of sunshine being seen right now. So we are watching this area of low pressure moving in off the Gulf of Alaska right here into the northwest. It's looking to bring us that dry cold front, and that's what could bring us that possibility for those breezy winds that we're watching right now. Now for us, there's a chance we can get up into those low 90s as our evening continues. We'll see how that tracks out for us. Tomorrow morning will still be warm for us with our morning temperatures in the mid 60s. We are looking at some slightly cooler temperatures tomorrow, about 84 degrees. But again, because of how warm it is today, that continues to dry things out, and that just increases our fire danger as we head into tomorrow. I'll have more coming up on your full forecast later on.
We'll talk to you then, Cody. Thank you. The city of Cheney is under emergency water restrictions right now after a mechanical failure at its largest water producing well. As a result, irrigation restrictions are in place while repairs take place. KREM 2's Christian Garza in Cheney tonight with more on this situation. Christian?
Yeah, Mark. Well, for most people, turning on the spigot, especially during a hot day like this, you really wouldn't think twice about it. But with Cheney's largest water well offline, residents here are really seeing just how critical a water system like this truly is for the city. Now, city leaders want to be clear and say that these emergency water restrictions are not for domestic or emergency needs like showering, watering your garden by hand, or fighting fires. It truly only affects watering green spaces like lawns. The city says Cheney residents should stop watering their lawn for the next few weeks to conserve what water is left in the reservoir while the wells get repaired. Now, every neighbor I've had the chance to talk with today didn't feel comfortable being on camera, but say that they're frustrated with the whole situation. They also say that water restrictions are nothing new for the area. The city's public works director, Dan Ferguson, says from what they know, the break happened on Sunday afternoon when a squirrel caused a power shortage in the area, forcing the well to shut down and turn back on too quickly. So they believe that flip is what caused the pump to malfunction.
If it drops another 3 or 4 feet, then we're going to have to reach out and have more stringent restrictions. Generally, the public is very responsive when we ask for a restriction or a shutdown. They understand the needs. Cheney is not uncommon for us to be in drought conditions and water restrictions during the summer.
Cheney mayor says that she understands the public's frustrations, especially those with small children at home that might want to play on green grass. She says there are green areas throughout the city that are available to be utilized during the restrictions because they do not use the same well as the one that is currently being repaired, including Moose Field, Sutton Park, and Salnave Park and School. Now, depending on the availability of parts, the city says repairs could take up to 3 weeks. Now, in that time, again, they want everyone to make sure that they do not overuse that water to water their lawn, but they will be giving everybody constant updates, whether that's on social media or on the city's website. For now, in Cheney, I'm Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.
Coming up after the break, we are getting highlights from Team Egypt and their game with Argentina today. It was a great one. And first, though, hot and breezy conditions in the forecast. Local and state fire crews are on standby this week. How they're preparing for the risk of wildfires. Coming up.